So you've got 4 days in Galveston. That sounds generous until the island starts pulling everyone in different directions. One person wants the Strand, someone else wants the beach. A kid has already watched Pleasure Pier videos and made it their whole personality. Then there's Moody Gardens, quietly pretending it won't take half a day. That's where Galveston trips get messy. The island looks compact, but parking, heat, wet clothes, ferry waits, ticket windows, and late lunch can humble a group fast. So we're keeping the plan clean. Each day gets its own purpose, so you're not cramming every good idea into one sweaty afternoon. 4 days gives you enough time to actually enjoy the island instead of treating it like a scavenger hunt with sand in your shoes. Day 1. The Strand, Bishop's Palace, and the harbor. Start your first morning downtown, not on the beach. That might sound strange if you came to Galveston for the Gulf, but the first day is where you get your bearings. Park near the Strand, Post Office Street, or Market Street, then try to leave the car alone for a while. Downtown paid parking runs during the day, and the current city rate is $2.25 an hour, with a 1-hour minimum. So the goal isn't to panic over parking. The goal is to avoid feeding meters all over town because you moved the car 3 blocks for no good reason. Get coffee or a simple breakfast first. Nothing fancy has to happen here. You just want everyone awake, fed, and ready to walk without immediately asking where the next bathroom is. From there, use the Strand as your morning base. Don't rush it like a shopping mall. Give yourself time to look at the old commercial buildings, wander into a few shops, and duck into shade when the sun starts leaning on you. Galveston can look very walkable on a map, then remind you pretty quickly that heat, humidity, uneven sidewalks, and tired legs are all part of the day. Keep the morning tight. A few blocks downtown are enough if you're doing this well. The point is not to inspect every storefront. It's to let the island introduce itself through the streets that still carry the old port city feeling. You can add a trolley ride if the current schedule fits your day, but don't build the whole morning around it. The trolley schedule can change by season and holidays, and it usually runs about every 30 minutes. So treat it as a nice helper, not your entire transportation plan. By late morning or early afternoon, move to Bishop's Palace. Make Bishop's Palace your main historic home stop. Not a quick photo errand, it deserves real time. The house is big, detailed, and better when you're not racing through rooms because dinner is booked in 20 minutes. Self-guided tours currently run from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., with the last ticket sold at 4 p.m. So aim for early afternoon. If you wait until late day, you're just asking the clock to bully you. Bishop's Palace also gives the day a good change of scenery. Downtown has the shops, sidewalks, and old business blocks. The house gives you the grand, strange, stubborn side of Galveston. You get the carved wood, the staircases, the heavy rooms, and the kind of place where someone in your group will suddenly become an architecture expert for 11 minutes. Let them have it. They're on vacation. After Bishop's Palace, don't swing back to the beach. Stay with the historic and harbor side of the island. Pier 21, Ship to Shore, Ocean Star, or the Harbor Tour can fit here if the timing makes sense. Ship to Shore currently runs Tuesday through Sunday, with last admission in the late afternoon. But the tall ship Alyssa needs caution right now because regular tours are currently unavailable while it's away on its Galveston 250 voyage. So if someone in your group is excited about the ship, check the official page before promising that moment. The historic harbor tour and dolphin watch can be a strong late afternoon choice, but treat it like a timed activity. It's a 1-hour tour with set departures, not something to wander into whenever the mood strikes. If the time lines up, it gives the day a clean ending on the water without turning the whole afternoon into another museum push. If the schedule doesn't line up, pick one harborside stop and leave the rest alone. In the evening, back downtown or near the harbor. Dinner around the Strand makes sense because you're already nearby, and nobody has to cross the island just to prove they're still ambitious. A short walk after dinner is enough. Look at the storefronts again after the day cools down. Take in the harbor air, then quit while the group still likes each other. Day 2, Seawall Beach, Stewart or East Beach, and Pleasure Pier. Day 2 is the Gulf side day, so start early. A slow morning on this day can turn into hot sand, full parking, hungry kids, and someone saying, "Can we just go back to the room?" before lunch. Get breakfast near the Gulf or near your hotel, then make one clear beach choice. Not 3, not a heroic beach sampling mission, 1. The island has 32 miles of Gulf shoreline, but your group still needs one clear beach plan. If your group wants the simpler beach park setup, choose Stewart Beach. It's the better fit for families who want more structure and don't want to invent beach day survival from scratch. If your group wants more open space and a bigger beach feel, East Beach is the stronger pick. The important thing is not to pretend they're the same stop with different names. Pick the one that matches your group, then commit to it. Stewart Beach and East Beach are paid beach park stops during amenity hours, with current vehicle admission listed at $15. That admission is one-time entry with no re-entry, so think before you drive out for lunch, extra towels, or the phone charger someone forgot at the hotel. Beginning in 2026, the payment setup also moved toward automated pay to park at Stewart and East Beach, with license plate-based payment running from morning into evening year-round. That means the old habit of assuming beach parking is casual and free can get expensive fast. Pay attention to the current signs when you arrive. If you decide to use the seawall instead of a beach park, remember that seawall parking is a different system from downtown. The current rate is $2 an hour with a 2-hour minimum and a $16 daily cap enforced from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day. That's not scary. But it does mean you should choose your stretch of seawall with a little care. Park near the part of the day you actually want, not the first open spot you see because everyone got excited by the water. Once you're on the beach, keep the plan boring in the smartest way. Sunscreen early, water where you can reach it, sandals or shoes for the hot pavement, a small shade plan if you're traveling in summer. Watch the posted beach flags and rules, especially if the water looks rough. Galveston has a lot of shoreline, but that doesn't mean every beach moment is the same. Wind, waves, crowd levels, and parking can change the whole feel of the day. By midday, take the break seriously. That pause can prevent the afternoon from becoming a family group chat argument in real life. Go back to the hotel if it's close enough. Change out of wet clothes. Eat something that isn't melted candy from the beach bag. Let everyone sit in air conditioning for a bit. In spring or fall, this break might be shorter. In summer, it can save the entire day. Pleasure Pier belongs later, once the sun is less harsh and the lights start doing half the work. Don't promise kids every ride before you've checked the current hours and ride status. Pleasure Pier's own visitor page says hours can change, sometimes weekly, and ride availability can change too. That matters because nothing ruins a happy beach day faster than walking up with a child who has built their entire personality around one ride that's closed for maintenance. If the pier is open and the timing fits, make it the second anchor of the day. You don't have to turn it into an all-night mission. Some groups will want ride passes, some will only want a walk-on ticket, games, food, and the view over the Gulf. Choose based on your people, not based on what a stranger online said was required. If someone doesn't like rides, they can still enjoy the lights, the boardwalk feel, and the water under the pier without pretending to be brave for the camera. End the night on the Gulf side, not with a mad dash across town. Walk the seawall if everyone still has energy. Get dessert if the group needs a treat more than another attraction. Sit somewhere casual for dinner and let the beach day end without a committee meeting. Day 3, Moody Gardens, Galveston Island State Park, and the West End. Day 3 needs a different kind of patience. Start with breakfast near your hotel or somewhere on the way to Moody Gardens, because once you're there, the day can stretch out quickly. Moody Gardens takes longer than a 45-minute pop-in. Moody Gardens has pyramids, theaters, seasonal areas, food spots, activity add-ons, and different hours across different attractions. If you walk in with no plan, you can spend the first hour standing around trying to understand what you bought. So pick your main attractions before you arrive. For most visitors, that means choosing the Aquarium Pyramid, the Rainforest Pyramid, or one theater experience as the center of the morning. Don't buy the biggest ticket just because it sounds safer. More access only helps if your group has the time and energy to use it. With younger kids, grandparents, or anyone who gets tired in crowds, a smaller plan can be better than dragging people across the property just to get value out of a pass. Give Moody Gardens the morning. Arrive with enough time to park, find the entrance, use the restroom, and not start the day already behind. The good news is that parking there is currently free, which removes one stress from the morning. The part you still need to check is attraction timing, because hours and theater schedules can change by date. That matters if you're trying to pair a pyramid visit with a film or a seasonal area like Palm Beach. Inside, let the pace breathe. The Aquarium Pyramid is a strong choice if your group likes animals and cooler indoor time. The Rainforest Pyramid is more humid, so don't be surprised if it feels heavier after a beach day. A theater can be useful when everyone needs to sit down, but you don't want to leave yet. The main thing is to avoid wandering from ticket board to ticket board with everyone slowly losing patience. Decide early, then enjoy what you pick. After Moody Gardens, take a real lunch break. This can be on-site if that's what fits, or somewhere simple as you move west. Don't rush straight from pyramids into the state park with people already tired, thirsty, and mildly sticky. On this day, food matters less as a big dining moment and more as a reset before the island gets quieter. In the afternoon, head toward Galveston Island State Park. Here, the day changes. The west end is a clear change from the seawall. It's more open, less built up, and better for people who want a calmer outdoor stretch after the busier morning. The state park has both beachside and bayside areas, and the experience depends on weather, season, and what your group enjoys. You might walk, birdwatch, sit near the water, look for a sunset, or simply let everyone be quiet for once. No one has to perform vacation happiness every minute. The current state park entry is $5 for adults with kids 12 and under free. Texas Parks and Wildlife also says the park often reaches capacity and recommends reservations for day use. That's the piece people miss. They think state park means show up whenever, then discover that popular days have limits. Reserve ahead when you can, especially on weekends, holidays, and nicer weather days. Bring water, sunscreen, and bug spray, especially if you're going near the bayside or staying toward evening. Galveston nature is still nature. Bugs exist, heat exists, wind can mess with hats, snacks, and everyone's attitude. Also, don't promise your group rentals, guided programs, or perfect trail conditions unless you've checked the park's current updates. Use the park as an outdoor reset, not as a packed activity list. If the weather turns, don't force it. Day 3 can bend. You can spend more time at Moody Gardens, shorten the park visit, or make the state park a sunset stop instead of a full afternoon. That's still a good day. The point is to give Moody Gardens enough space and then use the west end as the calmer counterpoint, and with a slower dinner on the way back or near where you're staying. If the group is still in a good mood, stop for one last quiet beach view before calling it. This ending should feel nothing like Pleasure Pier night. No lights, no ride decisions, no sand-covered sprint to the car. Just space, water, and the nice relief of not overpacking the day. Day 4. Museums, ferry views, Seawolf Park, or a slow final day. Day 4 is where you choose based on the trip you actually had, not the trip you imagined while planning. If everyone is fresh, go for a final indoor and historic finish. If the weather messed with your beach time or your group still wants water, choose the ferry, Seawolf Park, or a slower redo. 2 tracks, no giant menu, no pretending tired people are excited for 4 more stops. Track A is the indoor and historic finish. Start with coffee downtown or near your hotel, then pick one main museum and maybe one smaller nearby stop. The Bryan Museum is a strong anchor if you want Texas and Western history in a beautiful old building, but its closed days change by season, so check the current hours before you place it on your exact day. The Galveston Railroad Museum is another good choice, especially for families or anyone who likes old rail cars and big machines. It currently lists daily hours from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., while train rides are usually weekend and weather dependent. So don't promise a ride unless your date lines up. If you miss something from day 1, this is where a smart swap fits. You could use the morning for Ocean Star, Ship to Shore, or one last downtown walk instead of adding another full museum. Just don't turn Track A into a museum endurance test. 2 anchors are plenty. 1 museum, plus lunch and a short walk can be a better ending than 3 ticket counters and a group that stops listening to you by noon. For lunch, stay practical. Pick somewhere close to your chosen museum or downtown walking area. Day 4 is not the day to park, eat, move, park again, and then realize you forgot souvenirs. If shopping matters, keep it near the Strand so it pairs naturally with the final downtown stroll. If someone wants one last coffee or dessert, this is the right day for it. The mood should be calm, not stuffed. Track B is the water view finish. This can mean the Galveston-Port Bolivar Ferry, Seawolf Park, or a simple beach redo if weather stole your day 2 plans. The ferry is tempting because it sounds simple. Drive up, float across, maybe see dolphins, come back. In real life, TxDOT says the ferry runs 24 hours a day, every day, weather permitting. But high traffic waits can reach 2 hours or more. That means the ferry can be lovely, but it should not be treated like a quick, guaranteed add-on before lunch reservations. If you choose the ferry, check current wait times before you commit. Go earlier if you can. Keep expectations loose. Don't send the whole group deep into Bolivar unless you've planned the time properly and you're comfortable with the return. For most 4-day visitors, the ferry view itself is enough. The water, the birds, the ships, and the short break from driving can be the point. Seawolf Park is the more planned version of Track B. It sits on Pelican Island, opens from sunrise to sunset, and has paid parking plus separate costs for fishing and the Galveston Naval Museum. So again, don't sell it to your group as a free little side stop. Go because you want the harbor views, ship watching, fishing time, or the Naval Museum. The museum side can involve old vessels and tight spaces, so anyone with mobility concerns should check official details ahead of time. If your beach day got rained out, skip the guilt and use day 4 as a redo. Return to the seawall for a shorter beach stretch, or choose Stewart or East Beach again if that setup makes more sense for your group. That's why day 4 stays flexible. You don't need to punish yourself with the museum just because the itinerary said so 3 weeks ago. And the final evening back in Galveston. Keep it simple. A last walk downtown, a calm dinner, or a short stop by the water is enough. Don't add Houston, NASA, Kemah, or a mainland detour to prove you used every minute. 4 days in Galveston already gives you historic streets, beach time, a pier night, Moody Gardens, the West End, and a final choice that can match your energy. That's a better ending than dragging luggage, sunscreen, and tired people into one more forced plan. Galveston has a funny way of punishing ambitious planners. The map says, yeah, you can fit that in. The weather, parking app, ticket counter, and hungry people in the back seat often disagree. So use this plan as a spine, then bend it when the day asks you to. Check the official pages before your dates, especially for beach rules, ferry waits, park capacity, museum hours, and Pleasure Pier rides. Then move like a normal person. Stay longer when a stop is actually good. Cut something when the day starts fighting back. That's how 4 days in Galveston becomes a trip people enjoy, not a spreadsheet everybody survives. And honestly, if nobody has a parking meltdown, you're already ahead.